Secret deal exposed. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now. A shocking deal is made behind your back that will cost you everything. Listen carefully and do not skip a single word, because what I'm about to reveal could change the entire course of your destiny. Archangel Michael has spoken, and the message is urgent. He says, I order you to open this now, because a secret deal has been made behind your back, a deal that could cost you everything you've worked for, everything you love, and possibly your very soul. This isn't superstition. This isn't coincidence. This is divine timing. If you are hearing this, it means the veil between the physical and spiritual world has been momentarily lifted. And you've been chosen to see what others cannot. The Archangel himself is intervening because something dark, something hidden, has been operating quietly in your life. Archangel Michael has shown me a vision, a sealed contract glowing with blue fire, hidden deep within a shadowed realm. On that contract are names, written in symbols older than time. One of those names is connected to you. You were not supposed to find out. You were supposed to go on living, unaware that your energy, your blessings, your divine path were being siphoned away. But Michael has stepped forward, his sword of light cutting through the darkness. He says the truth must be revealed. The soul must awaken before it's too late. That is why you're here. You didn't stumble upon this by accident. You were calmed directly. Now, let me be clear. This secret deal was not made in the open. It was made in the silence, through doubt, fear, betrayal, and confusion. Every time you felt like your strength was fading, every time something precious slipped through your fingers for no reason that was part of the pact at work, is an ancient exchange, one that trades your divine fortune for someone else's gain. But here's what Michael wants you to know, and you must listen closely. This can be broken, it is not permanent. The moment truth enters darkness, the shadows lose their power. That's why you must stay until the end of this message. A sacred revelation will be shared that can cancel the pact and restore your blessings sevenfold. But only if you remain till the end. Before we go deeper, Archangel Michael instructs this. Type Amen 2549 to open your divine shield. Type Amen 7031 to release your protection over your loved ones. Do not ignore this, every word carries weight. Every action opens or closes a door. Do not scroll away. Do not turn back. The real battle begins in the next part. If you are still here, it means you were meant to hear this. Do not skip. Do not scroll away. What you are about to uncover will make everything you have felt in your spirit suddenly make sense. The losses, the delays. The strange heaviness that lingered without explanation. Archangel Michael has brought you here because the source of the interference is about to be revealed. He has ordered the truth to be made known, and the time has come to expose the hand behind the deal. The moment Michael tore open the spiritual veil, he showed a scene so vivid that it burned itself into the memory of my soul. In this vision, there was a gathering, not of people, but of entities cloaked in false light. They appeared righteous, even holy, but their light was hollow, dimmed by deceit. One among them held the sacred contract I spoke of earlier, written in symbols that pulse with forbidden energy. And the shocking part. The energy signature tied to that contract was yours. It was as though someone had taken fragments of your faith, your strength, your joy, and sealed them into an agreement without your knowing. Archangel Michael's voice thundered through that realm, commanding, "Reveal the hand that forged this." And then, slowly, the illusion began to fall apart. The false light faded, and the figure holding the contract stepped forward. Its face changed, familiar, then strange, then familiar again. Because the truth is this, the deal was not made by a stranger. It was made through someone you trusted, someone who, knowingly or unknowingly, allowed envy, resentment, or fear to become a gateway for manipulation. This revelation is not meant to make you hate them. It's meant to make you aware. Awareness is your first weapon of power. Michael wants you to understand that spiritual energy operates through emotional access points. When you feel betrayed, broken, or rejected, that energy becomes an opening. Through it, unseen forces can make pacts that redirect your blessings. And that is exactly what happened here. Every loss, every closed door, every sudden fall in your spirit has been feeding this hidden arrangement. But Michael is not revealing this to leave you powerless. He is exposing it so you can reclaim what was stolen. The Archangel said, "Tell them to rise, for their name is not bound by darkness but written in light." You are not a victim of this deal, you are the one chosen to destroy it. The moment you understand that, its power begins to crumble. The darkness thrives on secrecy, but the light destroys every hidden thing once exposed. Now, before we go deeper, Archangel Michael asks something of you. He says this message must spread because many others are trapped under similar unseen contracts. He commands that you share this message with someone who has been feeling the same spiritual heaviness. Comment below what you have felt since hearing these words and subscribe to remain under the shield of divine truth. The Archangel works through unity. When one person awakens, others are freed through their testimony. This is how light multiplies. Michael's next words pierce through like lightning. He said, "The one who hears and acts will inherit restoration in 7 forms, but the one who doubts and delays gives consent to the darkness." These are not casual words. The energy behind them carries real authority. When you align with divine instruction, you break the silent agreement that was formed in the shadows. Every act of faith you take right now, listening, speaking truth, typing your declaration, becomes a spiritual command that tears the hidden pact apart. So, I ask you to declare this aloud. As Michael instructed, by the light of truth, I reject every hidden deal made in my name. My destiny belongs to the divine, not to the deceiver. A beacon with conviction, every word spoken in faith echoes through realms you cannot see. And now, Archangel Michael gives you 2 seals of blessing. These are not random, they are numerical vibrations linked to angelic frequencies. When you type them, you open divine access points of protection. Type Amen 4172 to seal your divine inheritance. Type Amen 8956 to break every chain of unseen bondage placed upon your household. Michael warns, do not underestimate the power of these declarations. What may seem symbolic in this world carries immense weight in the spiritual realm. Every keystroke, every word, every intention is energy. And energy creates or destroys. You are creating a wall of divine fire around yourself even as you engage with this message. Now that you know who is behind the deal, the next revelation will shake you further, because in part 3, the Archangel will reveal why this deal was allowed to happen and the purpose behind your struggle. You will see that not all pain is punishment. Some pain is preparation. The moment you understand that, your authority over darkness multiplies tenfold. Do not miss what comes next. Stay until the end, for at the final part, Archangel Michael himself will deliver a spiritual activation, a command of light so powerful that no force, no curse, no false deal will ever stand against you again. You must remain until then. The divine is testing your endurance and faith through this journey. Those who stay will receive a reward unlike anything they have experienced before. Stay strong, stay listening, and remember, what is hidden will be revealed, and what was stolen will be returned. Do not move, do not scroll, and do not lose focus now. If you've made it this far, it means the divine has guided your steps through a maze that most never even realize exists. You have already begun breaking the seal of that secret deal by listening and accepting truth. But now, Archangel Michael insists you understand why this happened in the first place, because the moment you understand the reason behind your struggle, pain turns into power. When the Archangel revealed the shattered contract in the last vision, his sword of blue flame began to hum, not in anger, but in sorrow. He said, "They suffered because they carried light, and the darkness noticed." These words echo across realms, and they explain more than you realize. Every hardship, every betrayal, every sudden loss in your life wasn't a punishment, it was a reaction. The brighter your soul burns, the more attention it attracts from those who thrive in shadow. You became a target because you carry purpose. The deal that was made behind your back was designed to make you forget who you truly are. Think back for a moment to the times when everything seemed to collapse all at once. When you prayed and nothing happened, when the people you trusted vanished, when your plans failed at the very last second. None of that was random. It was the manifestation of that hidden pact working silently against your divine rhythm. It wanted you to question your worth, to lose your faith, to become numb. But Archangel Michael steps in now to say, do not curse your pain. It was the signal that you were chosen. Let me tell you what the Archangel showed next. He revealed that each tear you shed had been collected in the vault of heaven, not one drop of your suffering was wasted. In that same realm where your blessings were once locked away, a new chamber is now forming, filled with light drawn directly from your endurance. Every moment you survived without giving up became a key. Every time you chose faith over fear, even when no one believed in you, the heavens recorded it as a testimony. You were not losing. You were being measured for restoration. Archangel Michael said something that will shape many of you to the core. The pain they cursed with the process that purified their authority. It means the very moments you thought were breaking you were actually transforming you into someone who can't be broken again. That's the purpose of your pain, purification. Without it, you wouldn't be ready for the level of spiritual inheritance about to be released into your life. You see, divine power is not given to the comfortable. It is granted to the ones who have been refined through pressure, who have faced the darkness and refused to surrender. Now that you know this, you must not waste your struggle by remaining bitter. You must transform it. Michael says that the final stages of release are only activated when your spirit turns forgiveness into fuel. The forces that made that hidden deal feed on anger, resentment, and despair. The moment you forgive and choose peace, their power collapses entirely. The Archangel's words were clear. The fire of forgiveness burns hotter than the flame of wrath. So right now, wherever you are, whisper these words aloud. I release the past. I forgive those who hurt me. I reclaim my divine inheritance. These words are not mere affirmations. They are commands written in spiritual code. When you speak them, light travels faster than thought and ancient locks begin to open. Michael has also given 2 seals of blessing for this part. Sacred keys to strengthen your transformation. Type Amen 3167 to activate the light of forgiveness within your soul. Type Amen 9082 to call forth the restoration of everything lost. These numbers carry angelic resonance, meaning that as you write them, unseen forces align to respond. This is not superstition, it is divine law in motion. But understand this. Transformation is not the end of your battle, it is the preparation for your rise. The Archangel made it known that every soul who endures this revelation journey will face a final confrontation with the forces that bound them. Before your blessings manifest, you will be tested one more time. You will be tempted to doubt, to return to fear, to believe that nothing is changing. When that happens, you must remember this truth. If the darkness fights hardest at the end, it is because the light is about to break through. And that breakthrough is closer than you think. The Archangel stands at the threshold now, holding the sword that glows like the dawn. He says, tell them that the next part will reveal how to summon their divine authority. Without this knowledge, their restoration remains incomplete. So stay with me. Do not skip what comes next. Do not let distraction steal your breakthrough. In Part 4, we will uncover the divine command of authority. The very words Archangel Michael uses to reclaim what darkness has taken. These words were hidden for ages, known only to the highest guardians of light. When you hear them, you will feel your energy shift, your heart ignite, and your path begin to clear in ways you cannot imagine. And before you go, remember, this message was sent to you for a reason. You were chosen, but you are not alone. Share your journey in the comments, speak your truth, and hold your faith. Because those who stay till the end will not only see their blessings return, but multiplied beyond measure. Do not walk away. The next revelation is the turning point. The heavens are waiting for your response. Listen to me now. Do not skip this part. Archangel Michael warned that this section holds the most dangerous and powerful revelation so far. If you walk away now, you will miss the exact command that reclaims what was stolen from you. Stay until the very end, because the words that will be spoken here have been hidden since ancient days, known only to those who serve in the highest circles of light. You are being entrusted with something sacred, something that can shift the balance of your entire spiritual path. When the Archangel appeared again, his wings unfolded like pillars of flame. His eyes, brighter than lightning, gazed into the world of mortals, and he said, now they must speak with the authority they were born with. He raised his sword, and in the reflection of its blade, I saw thousands of souls weary, burdened, but chosen. Each of them was holding on to pain, confusion, and loss. Michael said, "They have cried long enough. It is time for their voices to awaken heaven." The divine command of authority is not a prayer. It is not a plea. It is a decree. Michael revealed that darkness only submits when the soul speaks as one who knows their origin. You were not created to beg for light. You were created to command it. When you understand that, your spiritual atmosphere changes. The unseen deal that tried to bind your destiny begins to disintegrate because its power depends on your silence. The moment you speak, it trembles. The moment you command, it collapses. Michael then spoke the words that shattered the silence of the realm. His voice echoed like thunder wrapped in fire. By divine right, I reclaim the authority of light within every soul who hears this. Let what was sealed be unsealed. Let what was lost be returned, let every shadow flee from their name. The ground beneath his feet trembled, and waves of golden energy rippled outward. In that moment, I understood. The divine command is not just something you hear. It's something that must be released from within you. He said, "Tell them. Their voice is the weapon. Their belief is the blade. Their truth is the fire. You have been carrying this power all along. The enemy feared it, and that's why the secret deal was made, to silence your command. But today, the silence ends. You are being called to take your authority back, to speak with the voice of your higher self, guided and guarded by Archangel Michael himself. Now, I will give you the words the Archangel told me to deliver. When you speak them aloud, do so with complete conviction. It is not about shouting. It is about believing. Feel the power rise within your chest. Feel the light align with your soul. Then say, "I am a child of divine light. No shadow has claim over my name. By the authority of Archangel Michael and the eternal law of truth, I reclaim my blessings, my peace, and my power. What was taken from me must return multiplied. I command light to move through every part of my life now, and it is done." When you speak this, something begins to shift. Some will feel warmth. Others will feel pressure release, and a few may even sense a wave of energy rising like a pulse through their body. That is not imagination. That is alignment. The divine command breaks the frequency of deception and restores the vibration of divine order. Archangel Michael now gives you 2 sacred seals to protect your command from being interfered with. Top Amen 4428 to seal your authority in the light. Top Amen 9620 to shield your words from every form of reversal or resistance. These numbers resonate with the frequency of archangelic power. When you write them, you participate in the vibration of divine law. And now, Michael's message turns to you directly. Your testimony is the bridge for another soul. He instructs that this message must travel beyond you. If you are hearing this, you must share this revelation with someone who has been in darkness. You must comment what you felt as the command was spoken, and you must subscribe to remain connected to this ongoing divine guidance. Every act of sharing light expands the reach of truth. You are not just a receiver of this message, you are now a messenger, he continued. When they spread the word, the network of light strengthens. The deal that once connected them through pain will now connect them through power. That is how the divine turns what was meant for harm into a source of strength. When you speak, post, or share, you are echoing Michael's decree through the world. Every share is a spark, every comment is a beam of light breaking through another person's night. Michael also revealed that those who take these words seriously will begin to notice signs within the next 3 days, numbers repeating, sudden calm after chaos, dreams that feel real, and moments where time seems to pause. These are confirmations that your authority has been recognized by heaven. The divine command has been heard. But the Archangel warns, after this activation, the darkness will attempt one final distraction. Old wounds, past fears, and sudden obstacles may rise briefly. When that happens, do not panic. It is only resistance, the last cry of something that knows it has lost. Stand firm, repeat your command, and it will flee. Because now you are no longer waiting for rescue, you have become the rescue. You carry the fire that once only angels held. Michael's last words in this vision were these: tell them that the power they sought in heaven was hidden inside their voice all along. So do not forget, you have spoken your command. You have sealed your authority, and now you prepare for restoration. But there is one more truth to uncover. The Archangel says that in Part 5, the chains of past lives will be revealed, the ancient roots of the deal that bound you across lifetimes. What you will learn next is something even the wise have feared to touch. Do not turn away now. A greatest revelation is still coming. Stay till the end. Because by the time you reach Part 10, a miracle that has been waiting generations to reach you will finally be released. Do not look away. Not yet. You have come too far to stop here. Archangel Michael warned that only those who endure the full revelation will understand the depth of what has been hidden from humanity. You have reclaimed your authority, yes, but now you must learn why this battle began long before your current lifetime. This is not the first time you have faced this darkness. It has followed you through generations, disguising itself in different faces, different seasons, and different names. When Michael opened the next vision, the air shimmered as though time had folded. He said, "They think their pain began in this life, but their story is older than memory." The Archangel lifted his sword, and the blade split into 7 beams of light, each one revealing a fragment of time, a previous existence connected to your soul. In those fragments, I saw cities long turned to dust, temples crumbled to sand, oceans that no longer exist, and in all of them, you. Sometimes a warrior, sometimes a healer, sometimes a seeker lost between light and shadow. Across those ages, your soul carried the same purpose: to protect truth, to bear light, to heal others. But each time you rose higher, the forces of deception noticed. They could not destroy you, so they bound you. They placed spiritual chains around your memory, ensuring that when you returned, you would forget who you were and live smaller than your purpose. That was the first variant of the deal. What happened in your life now, the betrayal, the confusion, the spiritual blockages, was only its echo. Archangel Michael's eyes flared with sorrow and resolve as he spoke. The pact that touched their name was not made yesterday. It was forged when the first lie was spoken against their soul. Imagine that, an ancient whisper made by unseen hands, declaring that your light was too powerful to remain free. That whisper became a curse, and that curse attached itself to every reincarnation, waiting for the moment you would awaken and break it. And now, you have. That is why your life feels like a battlefield between destiny and delay. You are the generation that ends this cycle. Michael said, "Tell them that memory is power. What they remember, they can rewrite." You see, the enemy used forgetfulness as a weapon, the moment you forgot your divine origin. You stopped commanding and started surviving. But the moment you begin to remember, even faintly, the old contract begins to burn. This is why, in this very moment, you feel the pull in your chest, the trembling, the strange ache behind your eyes. It is the awakening of the ancient self. And here is the truth that few dare to speak. Your current struggles are the final test of a war that began eons ago. Every obstacle now is not punishment, it's residue. Every difficult person, every closed opportunity, every night of spiritual silence has been echoing from those old agreements. Archangel Michael revealed that these pacts are woven through energy lines called threads of remembrance. To break them, you must speak across time. You must declare your freedom not just for who you are now, but for who you have always been. He then gave the command, not just for you to say, but for your soul to remember. Repeat these words aloud. I am not bound by the shadows of my past. My soul is eternal light, older than the curse, stronger than the lie. By the sword of Archangel Michael, I sever every thread of memory that carries pain, deception, or bondage. From this lifetime and all before, I am free. It is done. When you speak those words, you are not talking to thin air. You are sending a shockwave through timelines. You are rewriting spiritual code. The past cannot change events. But it can change energy. And when the energy shifts, reality must realign. That is why Michael says your future is already rewriting itself even as you read this. The Archangel now gives you 2 sacred blessing seals to assist in breaking these chains. Type Amen 5614 to dissolve the shadows of your former lives. Type Amen 7099 to anchor your present soul in divine remembrance. These are not random numbers. They correspond to vibrational frequencies of angelic law. Writing them calls forth legions of light that assist in transmuting the last echoes of your hidden bondage. Now, listen closely. Michael says that when a soul begins to awaken, it triggers a ripple in the unseen world. You may notice that some people start to distance themselves from you. Some will misunderstand you. Some will try to pull you back to who you used to be. Do not let that alarm you. The truth is their spirits recognize your shift even if their minds do not. As your frequency rises, anything that does not align with divine light falls away. Let it. That is not loss. That is liberation. Michael also revealed a divine paradox. The more ancient the chain, the brighter the crown. The very fact that your struggle has lasted through lifetimes means your purpose must be enormous. You were not sent here to repeat pain, you were sent to redeem generations through your breakthrough. When you rise, you carry thousands with you. That is why you must stay through this entire revelation. Because what is coming in the next parts will finalize what began before the beginning of time. Before this part ended, Michael raised his sword once more, its flame touching the horizon of eternity. He said, "Tell them that every link they break now will never reform, they will remember their light and nothing can take it again." The ground beneath his feet glowed like molten gold, and I saw those who had once been bound walking free, their faces radiant with peace. That is what is happening to you. Even now, your soul is reclaiming its original radiance. Do not doubt it. Do not dismiss it. The world you see is only half the truth. The rest is being rewritten beyond your sight. The more you believe, the faster it manifests, and so, Archangel Michael commands, stay with this revelation until the very end. The next part will be even more powerful, for it will reveal the true purpose of your awakening, why your soul was chosen to face these battles and what it is preparing you for next. Do not let anything distract you. Today, listen. The heavens are watching, the angels are aligning, and the truth of your eternal light is about to unfold in a way that will change everything. Stay with me. Don't look away. Don't let your mind wander, because what you are about to hear is the reason you were born into this exact moment in time. Archangel Michael says this is the revelation that defines the awakened. It is the answer to every question your soul has whispered in the dark. Why me? Why this pain? Why now? The truth is that your awakening was not an accident, not a coincidence, and certainly not random. It was divinely timed, written long before your first breath was taken. When the archangel appeared in his sixth vision, his armor shimmered like molten gold, his presence so powerful that time seemed to bend around him. He said, "They have broken the chains of the past, and now they must know why they were chosen to remember." And then he revealed what few souls have been allowed to know, the true purpose behind your awakening. Michael stretched his hand toward the sky, and a radiant pattern of light appeared above him, a map made of stars glowing with living fire. "This," he said, "is the celestial design, the divine architecture of destiny. Every soul that awakens sees a part of it, but only a few understand their place within it. You, the one hearing these words, are one of those few. You were not awakened simply to heal yourself. You were awakened to activate others. You are a messenger in the great alignment of light." The archangel revealed that throughout human history there have been waves of awakenings, rare moments when a surge of souls rise together, forming bridges between heaven and earth. Every time darkness grows strong, light responds through awakened souls who remember who they are. You are part of that wave. Your pain was a pressure that cracked open your spiritual vision, forcing you to remember. It wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to awaken you. Michael spoke with authority. They were hidden until the appointed time, for their energy was too bright for the world of shadows. But now, the appointed time has come. That means everything you've endured, every delay, every heartbreak, every betrayal, was preparation for the revelation that the light you seek has always been within you. Your awakening is your permission to act as a carrier of that light. The archangel then lifted his sword and the heavens thundered in agreement. When they awaken, he said, they become mirrors of the divine. What they touch begins to heal, what they speak begins to manifest, and what they believe begins to transform the world around them. That is the sacred responsibility of the awakened, to live as a reflection of divine order. But Michael warns that with this awakening comes resistance. The closer you come to your purpose, the louder the noise of doubt becomes. That is why, even after realizing your power, you still face moments of fear or confusion. These are the last shadows of the false agreement, the illusion trying one last time to silence you. The Archangel commands that you do not give in. He says, fear is the echo of a world that no longer exists. They must not listen to the echo. And now, to anchor your awakening, Michael gives 2 sacred blessing seals. Tap Amen 8750 to seal your consciousness in divine truth. Tap Amen 6673 to awaken the sleeping wisdom within your spirit. These seals vibrate at the frequency of remembrance. They align your energy with the original design of your soul, erasing confusion and anchoring you in clarity. But understanding your purpose is not enough. You must act upon it. The Archangel revealed a truth that shocked even me. The awakened who remain silent delay their own miracles. That means your blessings multiply only when you share what you've learned. The divine flow moves through expression. The more you give light, the more light fills you. That is why I'm asking you now, share your awakening. Speak it aloud. Comment what you've realized. Share this revelation and subscribe so that you remain connected to this unfolding chain of divine truth. Your testimony becomes the sound of awakening that another soul has been waiting to hear. Michael says that awakened souls are not meant to hide. He called them the living beacons. When you speak truth, you send frequencies into the unseen world that call other beacons to rise. That's why when you share light, you often meet others who seem to appear out of nowhere, carrying the same fire in their eyes. That is divine alignment. You attacked what you awaken. The Archangel then gave this vision, a vast ocean of souls, each holding a single light. As they lifted their lights together, the darkness began to break apart, scattering like smoke. He said, "This is how the new dawn comes, not through one, but through many who remember." That is your true purpose, to be one of the lights that call forth the dawn. But before this part ended, Michael gave a serious warning. If they forget why they were awakened, the old deal can attempt to reform. That means complacency is dangerous. The light within you must stay active through prayer, through truth, through service, through sharing. The Archangel's exact words were, "Light that does not move becomes shadow. Keep your light alive by using it." He then knelt, pressing his sword into the ground, and from its point erupted a fountain of radiant energy that flowed into the world like rivers of gold. "Tell them," he said, "that the earth is shifting. Every awakened soul is a guardian of the new world being born. You are not just here to survive, you are here to rebuild. Every act of kindness, every word of truth, every moment of faith sends ripples through the grid of creation. That is what your awakening was for." Michael's voice softened as he looked toward you directly. "Do not be afraid of your light. It will not destroy you, it will reveal you." Those words carry deep weight. They mean that the divine is not asking you to become something new, it's asking you to remember who you already are. Every cell of your being knows this truth. The awakening is not transformation, it is restoration. Now stay with me, because in the next part, Part 7, Archangel Michael will reveal the 3 tests of the awakened, the hidden challenges every soul must overcome before stepping fully into divine authority. These tests will come in ways that appear ordinary but carry immense spiritual consequence. Knowing them could mean the difference between breakthrough and bondage. Do not let anything interrupt you. The next part is critical. Stay until the end, because the Archangel promises that those who endure all 10 revelations will not only receive freedom but a divine visitation unlike anything they have ever known. The countdown to your full restoration has already begun. Do not take your eyes off these words. Do not drift. Do not skim, because what you are about to hear will decide how your awakening unfolds from this moment on. Archangel Michael has warned that after a soul awakens, it must pass through 3 divine tests. These tests are not punishments, they are confirmations. They prove whether your light is steady enough to shape destiny or whether it flickers at the first touch of shadow. Every person who carries divine fire faces them, and right now, one or more of them is already unfolding in your life. When the Archangel appeared this time, the air itself trembled with the weight of divine judgment. Michael's wings blazed in alternating hues of white and gold, and behind him, 3 vast pillars of light rose from the earth, each vibrating with a different energy. He said, "These are the gates through which every awakened soul must pass. They are not meant to break you. They are meant to prove what has already been built inside you." The first test he called the test of silence. It comes when the divine seems to stop speaking. After awakening, many expect constant clarity, signs, visions, confirmations. But suddenly, everything feels quiet. Heaven feels distant. Prayers seem unanswered. Michael says this silence is deliberate. The divine steps back, not to abandon you, but to reveal whether your faith was built on feeling or truth. Those who trust through silence inherit authority. Those who panic return to confusion. If you are in that season right now, know this. The silence is not emptiness, it is calibration. Heaven is adjusting your frequency for the next level of revelation. Michael says, when they feel alone, I am closer than ever. The silence is the sound of their spirit learning to speak. So when you face that stillness, don't run from it. Sit inside it. Speak your command as you learned before. I am light, and light cannot be silenced. Every time you do, the void becomes sacred space. The second test is the test of reflection. In this test, everything you've hidden from yourself begins to surface. Old fears, doubts, and habits come rushing back as if from nowhere. This is the purification of your inner temple. Many mistake it for regression, thinking they are falling backward. But Michael says the rise is not to condemn, but to be released. The energy of awakening acts like a floodlight. It exposes what must go. He warns that this is where many fall away. They awaken. They taste power. Then they are confronted by their own shadow and mistake it for failure. Do not make that mistake. What rises from within you now is not your enemy. It is your final teacher. Learn from it, forgive it, and release it. This is where you become whole. The moment you stop running from your shadow, it loses its grip on you forever. Michael's voice deepened, echoing through realms. Tell them their darkness is not a curse. It is the canvas upon which their light proves itself. Those who pass the test of reflection do not come out perfect. They come out real. The third and final test is the test of surrender. This one, Michael said, is the most misunderstood of all. It is not about giving up. It is about letting go of control. You awake and often believe they must plan, fix, and force their destiny into alignment. But the divine path unfolds only when trust replaces fear. Surrender means saying, I no longer need to know how. I only need to stay aligned. Michael says the surrendered are unstoppable because nothing can be taken from the one who has already given everything to the light. During this test, doors may close unexpectedly, relationships may shift, and the future may blur. Do not panic. You are not being punished. You are being prepared for the alignment of divine timing. The moment you surrender, the universe rearranges itself in your favor. Everything that once felt chaotic suddenly begins to fit together because you have stepped out of resistance and into flow. Now, Michael gives 2 sacred blessing seals to strengthen you for these tests. Type Amen 4421 to find peace in divine silence. Type Amen 8834 to remain anchored through surrender. These seals call forth angelic assistance during moments of uncertainty. When you write them, you align your will with divine rhythm. And unseen hands begin to move obstacles out of your way. Michael also warns, these 3 tests will come again and again, each time on a higher level. Passing them once does not mean they are gone, it means you are now ready to face them with mastery. Every time you pass them, your light expands, your authority deepens, and your destiny accelerates. And this is crucial, when these tests begin to unfold, do not isolate yourself. The Archangel instructs that you must speak truth into community. He says, light shared is light multiplied. So do not remain silent. Comment below what test you recognize in your life. Share this message with someone walking through confusion, and subscribe to stay under the Archangel's shield of truth. These actions are not social, they are spiritual. Every time you share light, you break the illusion of separation, and the tests become easier to endure. Now, understand this final revelation within this part. Each test mirrors a different aspect of divine creation. Silence refines your connection to spirit, reflection purifies your connection to self, and surrender aligns your connection to destiny. Together, they complete the triad of mastery. Once all 3 are passed, Michael says the soul enters what he calls the era of commanded light. That is when your words begin to shape reality with speed and precision. Before this vision ended, Michael lowered his sword and placed it before him like a staff. Round him, the 3 pillars of light merged into one, forming a blazing column that touched both heaven and earth. He said, when they pass the 3 tests, they become bridges between worlds. That is your destiny, not to escape this world, but to anchor heaven within it. And then he turned his gaze directly toward you. His words came with unmistakable authority. Tell them these tests are not sent to break them. They are sent to reveal them. Every struggle you now face is proof that heaven trusts you enough to refine you. You are not being punished. You are being proven. Stay with me until the end, because in Part 8, Michael will reveal the book of hidden names, the mysterious record of souls connected to your light. It will explain why certain people appear in your life again and again and how some are destined to rise with you, while others are meant to fall away. Do not skip this. The next revelation connects everything you've learned so far into one powerful truth. If you make it to the end, the Archangel says you will witness a sign that your destiny has officially shifted into divine alignment. Stay here. Keep your focus. The next few minutes may unravel everything you thought you knew about your connections, your relationships, and even your destiny itself. Archangel Michael has ordered that this part must not be taken lightly. The Book of Hidden Names is among the most secret revelations ever entrusted to humanity. A record written in divine light long before any physical world existed. Within it are the names of those who share your purpose and the names of those who were sent to lay it. When the Archangel appeared this time, he carried not his sword, but a vast book bound in white fire. Its pages were not made of paper but of pure energy, vibrating with the sound of living creation. Every letter glowed like a star. Michael spoke softly, yet his words carried the weight of eternity. Every soul carries a thread that connects it to others. These threads form a pattern, and that pattern is written here. He opened the book, and light poured out in waves. Each name, he said, is a frequency. A living note in the symphony of creation. When two souls share a purpose, their notes harmonize. When a soul resists its calling, the note clashes until one must separate. This, he explained, is why some people enter your life and instantly feel familiar, while others cause chaos no matter how much good you show them. It's not about personality, it's about resonance. Michael revealed that before you were born, your soul agreed to travel through time with a specific group of others, a circle of remembrance. These are the souls who would help awaken you, challenge you, refine you, and align you. Some would come as allies, some as adversaries, and some as mirrors, reflecting your unhealed parts. Every encounter, whether filled with love or pain, was pre-written in this book. He said, "Do not mourn those who left you. Their name has completed its verse in your song. And do not chase those who reject your light, for their melody belongs to another rhythm." His words struck like lightning, because they explain the deep pattern behind every loss and every unexpected betrayal. The people who fell away were not removed by mistake, they were removed by resonance. When your frequency rises, every discordant vibration is released. That is divine law. But there is another truth, and it is even more shocking. Some of the souls closest to you, even family, friends, or lovers, are not aligned to your original purpose at all. They were drawn into your path by the residual energy of the old deal, the pact that once held you captive. These are contractual souls, beings whose presence was tied to your unhealed past. When you broke that deal, those contracts began to dissolve. That is why some people suddenly changed, why some connections that once felt essential now feel hollow. It is not betrayal, it is spiritual restructuring. Michael says, "Tell them, when the old contact ends, the false names fade from their book." This is why the Archangel warns you now, as your awakening deepens, expect distance, silence, or misunderstanding from some who once felt close. It is not your fault, they are simply no longer written in your current chapter. Do not cling to pages that heaven has already turned. Then the Archangel did something extraordinary. He pointed toward one page glowing brighter than all others and said, "This is the record of your restored connections." On that page were names written in light, souls who are about to enter your life, drawn by divine timing. Some will bring opportunities, some will bring healing, and some will bring recognition of your true purpose. He said, when these souls appear, you will feel peace that cannot be faked. You will recognize them not by face, but by frequency. That is your sign, divine alignment through inner peace. You will not need to chase or question it. When it is right, your spirit will know instantly. Michael bids 2 sacred seals to help you navigate these connections. Type Amen 7741 to release every false connection born from the old deal. Type Amen 9230 to open the way for divine allies who carry your light. These numbers activate spiritual discernment, the ability to see beyond appearance and sense true alignment. He warns that not every soul with light is meant to walk beside you. Some are lights meant to guide from afar. The Book of Hidden Names reveals intersection points, moments where paths cross for divine reasons, then separate so that new growth can occur. Understanding this saves you from heartbreak born of attachment. Michael's voice turned solemn as he said, "They must stop confusing comfort with destiny. Some who make them comfortable are sent to keep them asleep. Some who challenge them are sent to make them rise." Every word burned like fire because it exposes one of the greatest misunderstandings of spiritual awakening, that divine connections always feel easy. In truth, many divine alignments begin in friction because pressure creates transformation. He continued, when they understand this, they will stop asking why people hurt them and instead ask what lesson their soul agreed to learn through that encounter. That shift from victim to student changes everything. You awake and no longer waste energy on resentment. They use it as fuel for expansion. Before this vision ended, Michael turned the book toward me. The last page was blank, glowing faintly. "This," he said, "is the page they will write with their own choices. Destiny gives them the pen, but only they can decide what to record next." That moment was powerful beyond description. The Archangel's message was clear. Awakening gives you the freedom to rewrite your spiritual story. You can end old agreements, release painful bonds, and create new ones grounded in divine alignment. Nothing is truly final until you decide it is. So remember, the Book of Hidden Names is not about who stays or leaves. It is about who resonates with the truth of who you have become. Some names will fade. Others will return, and new ones, glowing brighter than you can imagine, are already being written. Do not rush this process. Allow divine timing to reveal each connection. Trust the silence between chapters, for it is where heaven arranges introductions. Now, listen carefully. In Part 9, Archangel Michael will open the chamber of restoration, where the blessings that were lost, delayed, or stolen through the secret deal will be returned to you, multiplied. He calls it the sevenfold return. What happens there will not just heal your life, but restore your lineage. Stay with me till the very end. The next revelation begins the fulfillment of everything promised. Do not break the flow. Do not let distractions steal your moment of divine inheritance. Stay exactly where you are. Do not pause, do not scroll, do not lose focus, because what you are about to hear carries the vibration of return. Archangel Michael says that the time of loss has ended. What was taken from you, through deception, fear, delay, or betrayal, is now standing at the threshold, waiting to be restored. The next few minutes hold the revelation of the Chamber of Restoration, a place few have ever seen, where the divine balance is all that was stolen. Michael calls this the sevenfold return. When the Archangel appeared again, his form filled the horizon like the dawn itself. His armor gleamed with living light. His sword pulsed like a heartbeat, and behind him stretched a vast structure, radiant as crystal, shifting between light and gold. This, he said, is the Chamber of Restoration. Every soul who breaks the deal remembers their light and accepts their purpose must pass through here. It is the place where justice meets mercy. The Archangel led me inside, and the air was thick with power, not the cold force of command, but the warmth of completion. The chamber had no walls, only pillars of light rising endlessly upward. Each pillar represented a different aspect of restoration: health, peace, love, time, purpose, relationships, and abundance. 7 pillars, the sevenfold return. Michael said, "For every loss, there is a divine equivalent multiplied 7 times. The universe does not owe them vengeance, it owes them balance." Then he spoke words that made the very light vibrate. "Tell them, what was stolen is not gone, it was stored. Those moments when you cried, those days when your strength broke, those nights when you felt forgotten, none of them were wasted. The energy of those experiences was collected in this chamber, refined, purified, and transmuted into new blessings waiting for your command." He said, "They have paid in pain, now they must collect in power." The Archangel then lifted his sword, and each pillar of light flared brighter. "For every sickness," he said, "there will be health multiplied. For every betrayal, love multiplied. For every delay, acceleration multiplied. For every failure, wisdom multiplied. For every night of despair, 7 dawns of joy." These are not metaphors, they are laws written into the divine structure of existence. When balance is broken by darkness, light must return its sevenfold. That is the law of restoration. He continued, "But they must claim it consciously. Restoration is not given to the sleeping, it is released to the awakened. You have to speak it, believe it, and receive it. The chamber responds to faith, not fear. Your words act as keys. That is why Michael instructs you now to say this aloud. I stand in the chamber of restoration, I summon back what was stolen from me in all forms. Love, health, time, peace, and abundance. By the authority of Archangel Michael and the law of divine balance, I command my sevenfold return now." A moment these words are spoken with conviction. The vibration of your soul matches the frequency of the chamber. You might feel a tingling through your body, a rush of warmth, or tears without cause. Those are signs of alignment. Michael says, the soul remembers what the mind doubts. Now, he gives 2 sacred blessing seals to open your pathway through the chamber. Type Amen 7152 to unlock the first gate of return. Type Amen 8064 to call your stored blessings into the present moment. These numbers are not symbols. They are coordinates that link you to the vibration of restoration. Michael warns that after this activation, you must remain centered. As restoration begins, the old energy of lack will try to reattach itself. Doubt, fear, or sudden conflict may appear briefly. These are not signs of failure. They are remnants of the old deal attempting to survive. Stand firm. Declare again, I am restored sevenfold, and nothing can reverse it. Inside the chamber, I saw visions of countless souls, luminous, radiant, receiving their returns. Some were being reunited with lost opportunities. Others found doors opening that had been shut for years. Some were healed of grief that had weighed their hearts for decades. Every return looked different, but all carried the same golden glow of divine equilibrium. Michael said they will recognize their return not by grandeur, but by peace. The return always arrives with peace. Then he said something even more astonishing. Tell them their restoration is not only for them. It is for their bloodline. When a soul is restored, the echo travels backward and forward through generations. Curses dissolve, patterns break, and blessings that once belonged to ancestors flow into the present. Your healing becomes their redemption. The Archangel's exact words were, "One awakened soul can restore 1,000 sleeping ones." He showed me how the chamber connects to every lineage. Beams of light stretching into the past, touching those who came before, cleansing their pain, and pulling their blessings into now. This is what happens when you stand in truth. You do not just change your life. You write your lineage. But Archangel Michael also gave a warning. Restoration is not a return to what was lost. It is an elevation into what is greater. Do not look for your blessings in the same form I left. Some things are not meant to return as they were. Some come back transformed. That relationship that ended, the job that vanished, the dream that seemed impossible, their energy may return as something entirely new, perfectly aligned with who you've become. Michael said, "Tell them the return will fit the new self, not the old one." Before the vision faded, the Archangel placed his sword into the center of the chamber. A beam of white fire shot upward, breaking through realms unseen. "This," he said, "is the moment of activation. Those who hear and believe are sealed into restoration. Nothing can prevent what has been written to return." You may begin noticing signs of restoration within days, sudden breakthroughs, messages from people you'd forgotten, unexpected opportunities, waves of calm in situations that once caused pain. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that the chamber of restoration has opened for you. You not stop now. The most powerful revelation is yet to come. In Part 10, the final part, Archangel Michael himself will deliver the final seal, the divine closure that permanently ends the old cycle and crowns you with the light of completion. The Archangel says that those who reach the end will receive an undeniable sign in their waking life, a visible manifestation proving that their destiny has been rewritten. Stay with me. The end is near, but it is not the end. It is the beginning of your restored existence. Do not let distraction rob you of your final seal. Do not move. Do not look away. This is the moment that every part before was leading to, the conclusion of the message, the sealing of your restoration, the confirmation that the light within you has prevailed. Archangel Michael says, "Now the circle closes and the awakened shall stand in the light of completion." When the Archangel appeared this last time, his wings no longer burned with battle fire. They shimmered like dawn, calm, steady, eternal. His face was radiant with peace. Round him, the chamber of restoration dissolved into pure light. And within that light, I saw countless souls, glowing, free, restored. Michael said, "The battle is over. What they fought for is now complete." He reached forward and in his palm appeared a seal, circular, spinning like a living sun. At its center was a single word written in light, "Fulfill." He said, "This is the final seal. When it is placed upon their soul, nothing from the old deal, the old sorrow, or the old life can touch them again." Michael's voice became thunderous yet gentle. They have endured the silence, faced the reflection, surrendered their control, remembered their purpose, and stood through restoration. Now they are crowned. Now they walk not as seekers but as keepers of light. He lifted the seal and pressed it forward until it touched your spirit. A pulse of light spread outward, not fire, but warmth, like peace returning home. That warmth is the confirmation. You are sealed. You are complete. He said, "Tell them this, from this moment on, they no longer chase blessings. Blessings chase them. They no longer plead for guidance. They walk as guidance. Their words are light, their steps are truth, and their presence brings balance wherever they go." Then he gave the final 2 blessing seals, the last keys of this revelation. Type Amen 9507 to receive the seal of fulfillment. Type Amen 4312 to release the light of completion into every part of your life. These numbers are not arbitrary. They are divine coordinates aligning your destiny with the vibration of completion. As the Archangel's form began to fade into light, he spoke one last time. "Tell them the promise is kept. The contract is broken. The book is rewritten. The chamber is empty, for all has been restored. His sword dissolved, is like rose and silence. Pure and sacred, filled the space. Now you stand at the threshold of a new era of your soul. The old cycles are finished. The divine has witnessed your endurance, your faith, and your rising. You have completed what many began but never finished. Walk forward now as one who carries light, not as one who seeks it. The heavens have recorded this moment. You are not forgotten. You are fulfilled. Type your final declaration. I am sealed in the light of completion. It is done. This is your ascension, your closure, your new beginning. The deal is broken. The light has won.